Well, we're talking about water, water, water in our garden. And a question that we all probably ask is, how much water should I put out there? And today, I'm gonna talk about a complicated question, but we're gonna use a really simple device here. So, how much water should I put out? It depends a little bit on what kind of soil you have, what kind of plants you're watering, what the weather is like, how you're delivering the water, in other words, a drip system or hand watering. But let's get really basic here, and a stick is a pretty basic tool. We're going to call it our moisture probe. And I'm looking at this little squash here, and I'm just going to scrape the mulch back. By the way, this is great to mulch around your plants. That protects the water in the soil. I'm scraping back this mulch, and I'm just feeling this soil. Now, just feeling it with my hand or using this stick, I can assess that while this soil is fairly moist, it's a little bit drier than this plant wants. And one of the ways that I know that is that we have a little bit of wilting here, and then the leaves are just a little bit off color. It's probably because this is a small plant and it just got a little bit too dry for a little bit too long. This might have been a couple of days when maybe it didn't get quite as much water as it wanted. So if you see plants that are wilting, or that the leaves are turning a little bit yellow, check the soil around them to see how moist it is, and maybe give them a little extra shot of water. All right, well, we're looking to answer the question of how much water do we need to give our garden plants? And of course, the right answer is just enough that they're happy. It isn't really a very good answer though, so let's see if we can do a little bit better. We've got an area of garden here that's been well watered. We've got right here a little micro spray. This throws water in a smaller pattern than, say, a standard sprinkler does, but it does a good job of watering the plants around it. And I'm just going to scrape away the soil here. How much water do we want to give our plants? Well, we want to make sure that the water gets down into the root system. And so what I've done here is I've dug a hole, and the moisture in the soil goes all the way to the bottom of the hole, meaning that we've done a good job of watering the area around this sprinkler, and we've put enough water out that it's sinking down into the soil and it's getting to the root system of, say, this cosmos right here. Now, some people really like numbers. They do well with numbers. And so we've got an example here. This is a tuna fish can, and it's about an inch deep. And so in general, your garden, your lawn, your vegetable garden want about an inch of water a week, meaning that we want to make sure that we want to put enough out there that water gets down to the root system, down to the root zone of plants. And if we put it out a little less frequently, meaning we don't water every day, but we water less frequently, and we water more for a longer period of time, we're going to actually do what we call deep watering. And that's going to help the water get down deep into the soil. It's going to encourage root growth down lower in the soil, which we want. That's a good thing. And it's also going to keep our plants happy. So we want to do some infrequent deep watering. We want to do about an inch of water a week. So if this helps you visualize that, about an inch or about this much every week, split up maybe between 2 or 3 waterings. And sometimes when it's really hot, we have to do more than an inch of watering. So let your plants be your guide. If you see them starting to look a little sad, a little bit wilty, that's the first sign that they need some more water. So go ahead and give them a good drink.